You better have gotten married by now. You should have kids. You're too much of a daddy's girl. Talk to us about, watu wakikwambia hivyo. What does that really make you feel?
Kwani mimba ni yangu ama ni yao? I have many names. Winnie, Imda, Dakot, Juma, Neema, Odinga, Nyabungu, Nyasako. Okay, signing out. So here I am today. First of all, to the Honorable Dr. Astronaut, Engineer, Superhero, and her husband.
Winnie Odinga was born into the household of Raila Odinga, one of the Africa's most recognizable political figures. Her family is not ordinary. It's a dynasty tied deeply to Kenya history, dating back to her grandfather, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Growing up in this environment meant that politics wasn't a career choice. It was in the air she breathed. And leadership wasn't taught, it was observed daily.
The first memory I have of my father, which I'm going to tell you about today. In our house, we're two sets of siblings. And my siblings have their own story, which is a very deep and sad story. So I will not speak about it today because it's not my story to tell. I remember when I was younger, he was always working. He was always working, and he would always come home late, around 11:15, and he would leave by 6 in the morning. So I remember wanting to wait for him. And Mama would have told me to go to bed at 9 o'clock. And those days I used to share a room with my brother and my sister. And our rooms were facing the gate. So when the car would come, I would get out of bed and I would rush downstairs and open the door. But the key used to be put so high up. So I used to take a broom and hit the key until Mama tied for me a rope where I could reach the key. So I would open the door. And when you open the door, I would see him there with a briefcase, his newspapers, and a big phone.
Pressure wasn't occasional, it was constant. Her childhood was shaped by rallies, resistance, and resilience. Unlike many who only inherit political names, Winnie built her own intellectual foundation. She pursued higher education abroad, studying in United Kingdom, where she focused on international relations and development-related fields.
What did you study when you went to the States?
When I was in the States, I did a double major. I studied communication, and I also studied international business and economics. So I got 2 degrees in one. Currently, I am doing my MBA at USIU. Next year, I plan to go to South Africa to get a master's in African development. So those are all the things that I did.
This exposure gave her a global worldview, understanding of governance beyond Kenya, and a confidence to challenge systems. Education didn't just inform her, it armed her. Winnie didn't rush into politics, she grew into it. She first appeared behind the scenes, supporting her father's campaigns, engaging youth movements, and building grassroots connections. Then came her major breakthrough. She became a member of the East Africa Legislative Assembly, and this wasn't just a position, it was a statement. She was no longer just Raila's daughter, she was Winnie Odinga, the leader. Winnie's political voice is bold, direct, and unapologetic. She represents youth empowerment, gender equality, and Pan-African unity. But what makes her different? She speaks like someone who has nothing to prove, but everything to protect. She often challenges government accountability, social injustice, and political hypocrisy. Her tone is not soft diplomacy. It's a drumbeat loud enough to be heard across borders. Now, here is where the story takes a turn that fascinates and divides Kenyans. Despite being in the public eye, Winnie Odinga is not married, and in society where marriage is often seen as a milestone for women, her choice became a national conversation.
You better have gotten married by now. You should have kids. You're too much of a daddy's girl. Talk to us about watu wakikwambia hivyo. What does that really make you feel?
Kwani mimba ni yangu ama ni yao? I'll do what I want with my body when I want to do it. And I've just not found the right person right now. It's not for lack of trying. If they're eligible, they better just come talk to me nicely. But really, what you think about me is your problem. That doesn't concern me. I'm just concerned about the opinion of the people that I love. And they're fine with me, I'm fine with me, so what's your problem?
And of course, sometimes with these pressures of marriage, sometimes inakujanga from, the family. Is your family also giving you that kind of pressure in a good way?
Mama alianza a couple of years ago. I told her she has to cool down on that talk. I'm young, I'm having fun, I'm young, I'm in my 30s, I'm living life. Look, I'm at an event like this. Siko home ati napika na shughulikia na kitungu na nyanya na nini. I'm living life, I'm having fun. And there's a lot of science these days, man. I can have a baby when I'm 80. God knows. So I'm just enjoying myself after a very difficult life. I'm single for the first time in 9 years. I'm loving it.
And when asked about her type, this is what Winnie Odinga says.
Recently, we learned of the wedding of the first daughter.
Okay.
And everyone would like to know, do you have a type?
I got a type.
You
Tall and dark. Tall and dark. You have to be taller than me. I'm 5'10".
Yes.
You have to be dark and like slim.
Winnie has never framed marriage as a necessity. Instead, her life reflects a different philosophy. According to her, she goes for independence first. She values autonomy, the ability to make decisions without societal pressure. She also insists on focusing on her career and purpose. And she has been on politics, leadership, and impact. Marriage, in her view, should not compete with purpose. In many African settings, women are expected to marry by a certain age, build a family early. Winnie challenges this narrative. She's not rejecting marriage, she is rejecting pressure. She keeps her personal relationship out of the spotlight, which only fuels speculation. Her decision has not gone unnoticed. Critics have said she is too independent, she is defying tradition, she is setting a controversial example. But Winnie, she moves like a river, unbothered by the noise on its banks. Because in her world, marriage is optional, identity is personal, and fulfillment is self-defined. Winnie Odinga continues to build a legacy that stretches beyond her surname. She stands at the intersection of old political legacy, new generational thinking, and she's both a continuation and a disruption. So who's Winnie Odinga? Not just a politician, not just a daughter. She is a question mark in a society full of expectations. A woman who looked at tradition and said, I will decide what my life means. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to Cash Media Kenya, where every story has a deeper truth.